Hey, what's going on? In this video, I'm just going to talk about what you need to know if you're listening to spiritual content creators on social media, or if you're working with shamans or energy healers. Just some things to be mindful of. So, first of all, I've worked with dozens and dozens of energy healers and shamans in the last 9 years, and I've never come across a perfect person. I've never come across a healer that didn't have their own past, their own history. A lot of healers actually become healers because they've been through some shit. One time I was trying to get a buddy to get a Reiki healing from a woman I know, and he was like, my past is too shady. I don't want her tapping into all that stuff. And I was just like, there's very little judgment. And if there is judgment from a healer, then you want to move on and find yourself a new one. But when it comes to watching social media content, whenever you're getting information, it's very important to check in with your gut and see if it resonates with you. I've worked with some of the most talented spiritual individuals I could have ever imagined, beings that can tell me when I went to the washroom last or had a sandwich, and I've heard things come out of their mouth that I didn't necessarily resonate with. I've had shamans tell me that there's no such thing as hell. Well, I've had 4 visitations from Lucifer, and I remember a past life where my soul rotted in hell, turned into a black and green blobs. So one of my reasons for coming here was to retrieve that soul fragment. So, I respect people's opinion. If you don't believe in hell, that's cool, but I do. And so when it comes to social media, content creators, what I noticed looking back on my journey is you're going to pull certain individuals in that resonate with you, or at least have a message for you. I look back on my healing journey, and back in the day, I started watching Aaron Doughty when he was just a skinny kid before, he became Sexy Jesus. And, his story really resonated with me, but I realized like I was coming across certain individuals that were just way too high vibe for me at the time, like Infinite Waters. Like, he's got a great message, but when I was in my depression, it was just too big of a mismatch, right? And there's even times where I'm like, I'm looking at all these spiritual content creators, and I'm just like, most of these individuals seem a lot, higher up on the happy train than me, right? And I even question, like, who was I to make content on healing from depression and learning how to, become happy when I wasn't at, the same level of the rainbow as some of these individuals. And I even asked the beings upstairs, like, why am I doing this? And I was told, because I've gone so far into the darkness, that I'm a bridge from the dark to the light. And I'm here to resonate with certain individuals that are going to need to hear some of this information at a certain time in their life. I often hear people say, you're unlike any other spiritual teacher or influencer that we've ever come across. And it's like, yeah, I'll take that as a compliment. But, always check in with your gut and see if it resonates with you. Don't ever take something word for word. But when it comes to working with energy healers or shamans, if you can get past that initial embarrassment of, oh, okay, they're going to see when I did a number 2 last or whatever you did in the past. No one's perfect. And if you can get over that fear, then you can start working with shamans and energy healers and, reap the rewards of those healings. So just wanted to share this with you. Check in with your gut. Thanks for watching.